So then let's go out there. Do you think we could find a queen today?
We can try. And we're going to just smoke them a little bit to kind of let them know we're coming in. And that the smoke basically fouls their communication a little bit between the guard bees and the rest of the hive. And they tend to gorge themselves with honey. In the event that they need to flee their home, like in a forest fire, and it makes it hard for them to sting. Now, right now, what we have here is I have a queen excluder on this here. Below the queen excluder is their brood chambers where they're raising brood, and this here is where they're going to store honey. I don't want the queen to come up into the honey supers and lay eggs up in here. I want this to be strictly honey. So these bees are probably drying nectar and capping honey if it's at the right moisture content. There hasn't been a lot going on because of the weather. So what I'll do is I'll just pull one out so you can get an idea of what's going on here. And let's see. Well, there's a lot of pollen in there. There's a lot of nectar in there. But they don't have anything capped yet. But it's still early in the season.
So some bees have different jobs?
They all have different jobs. They start out, usually they spend about 3 weeks in the hive doing in-hive duties. Their first job is to clean the cell that they emerged from. Then they'll feed older larvae, then they'll feed younger larvae, then they'll do wax production, comb building, undertaker duties, you know, lots of little things to do. All right, this one's not as much activity. It's not as strong as that one is over there. That's what capped honey looks like. This is an old frame from the winter.
So that's been in there all winter?
Yeah, this came out of one of the hives that didn't survive. I'm feeding it back to them.
Oh, so they're using it, but you're not?
I'm not, no.
Okay.
I don't see too many drones yet. I'll point out, oh, here's a drone, finally. That's a male, doesn't have a stinger. If you look, their eyes are much bigger so that they can see virgin queens in flight easier. Their eyes touch.
What big eyes you have.
Here we go. This is interesting for you. There's 3 drones emerging out of their cells right now.
Oh, wow.
And there's a worker bee emerging out of her cell over there. So these drones I can help them along a little bit.
Like they're being born?
Yep. Coming out of their cells for the first time. The drones have been 24 days from egg until hatching. There you go. The drone just hatched out of its cell. And 2 more coming out there. They'll come out, sometimes they'll beg for some food. These other young nurse bees will come and feed them a little bit. There she comes. That's it.
So then the nurse bee is supposed to take care of this newly hatched one?
Yeah, supposedly, you know, like I said, sometimes they'll beg for food, they get fed, and they say that the first thing they do is clean the cell they came out of, but I've yet to see that happen either.
Just like my kids.
Yeah. We have a capped queen cell over here.
Oh, wow.
So this hive, if it hasn't swarmed, it may be in the process of swarming, and that's another queen cell over there. That's what they would raise a queen in. No.
So she gets a bigger cavity?
It's a pot, yes, she gets a bigger cavity because she's fed royal jelly her whole life, and that's what makes her bigger. Royal jelly comes as a secretion from a gland on the nurse bee's head that's highly nutritious. So, looks like there's something in this one here too. So something could have happened to the queen in this hive. This hive is queenless. This is the split. And I took the original queen and put it in that one over there. And they have not requeened herself. And that's not good, because they probably don't have the resources to make another queen. But I will give it a few more days, because you have that capped queen cell. That queen's got to emerge out of that cell and then go out on mating flights.
Oh.
Then come back, and she's got about 10 days to do that, depending upon weather.
She's long.
She's about a third longer than the rest.
Can you point to her?
Right there.
Extra long.
Wow.
With the black dot on her back.
Yeah, she's a
Where's
little,
her crown?